Grow, Sell, and Retire is the podcast for the lazy overachiever. B.D. Dalton, author of True Gravity and Grow, Sell, and Retire, is here to give you his 25 years of secrets, tips, and systems to take your business to the next level. This is your chance to find out what is working in sales, marketing, and running your business. If you stop learning, you stop earning. Now, here's your host, BD, with today's GSR podcast.
Today, we're going to talk about the 4.5 P's of selling your business. So I'm BD Dalton from the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast. Also the Grow, Sell, and Retire book, True Gravity book. Lots of other things to hopefully make sure that you've got podcasts, you've got lots of information to make your business life easier, better, more fun, faster, whatever you want to call it, just wealthier. Overall, we're going to talk about, and right now, if you don't know, I've helped people sell their businesses in the U.S. and the U.K. I've invested the money, and I'm part of a law firm now. I'm the CEO of a law firm that basically we help people sell their businesses anywhere from $3 million to $30 million, and it's actually really, really fun. But I wanted to give you the things, the ins and outs, the ups and downs, the 4.5 things, the P's, that will break a deal. So the very first one, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? It has to do with ka-ching, money. What's the price? You think it's worth this much. They think it's worth this much. Have you ever sold a car secondhand? Have you ever sold something on eBay? Have you ever sold something face-to-face or been to a Turkish bazaar? Or something that said, you know what, I'm going to haggle for this. Have you ever been in a haggling position? Oh my God, when you go to sell your business, it is the biggest haggle. Working here at the law firm, you know, basically people come in and you say, what, I'll buy your business for this much. That's the opening bid. Then you know what the job is of the other side, the people that are buying it? Their job is to normally come in and chip away at the price. Or, even worse, give you warranties, guarantees, and indemnities. Those T's, and they're not teasing you, they're making it so that they can pay you less money over time for things that could go wrong, sales that could go down, things that they could mess up on. So, number 1 P is price. So make sure you know, and I talk about this in the book, is make sure you know what goes in your magic drawer. That magic drawer is that thing that says, you know what? If I have this money in the bank, then I will feel successful. I will feel like everything is going my way. I will feel like I am definitely having a phenomenal time. People are cheering for me. My family is so happy that I'm now out of my business and doing the right things. So it's price. The second thing is, the other P, second P, is pensions. Think of this. When everything goes wrong, when people owe money backwards, when there is a big, huge pension sitting in the background, 401k or pension, and people are in deficit, that means that they owe money to employees because this pension is upside down. This pension can't afford to pay all of the employees that were there before. It is one of those that says pensions, and this gets really technical, but if somebody's had what's called a final salary scheme, if they have this big, and the company's been around for years and years and years, and there's a group of employees out there that need to be paid, and this pension can't afford to pay them, guess what? It will not be able to be sold typically at the price that you want it to be done. So price and pension. The next thing, and this is the thing, I always like to say, if it wasn't for clients and employees, guess what? Business would be so much easier. But if we look at it, the next one is people. So when you look at people, it's either key employees, it's people in the business, it's people outside the business. It is a people business. So if you have a specific relationship with one of your best suppliers or one of your best clients, and you're going to leave, or your head sales guy leaves, or your head sales lady leaves, or your chief operations officer, if she leaves, guess what? You are stuffed. It's one of those where you make sure. So you've got the price thing gets knocked down because the pensions aren't right. Then guess what? If your people leave, then what are you going to do? So overall, you're looking at it, you've got your price, you've got your pension, you've got your people, and then, guess what? Another thing that breaks it down is property. So P is for property. So if you have your property in the business, outside the business, if you have to operate from that business and they don't want to operate from there, but you want to sell it as part of a going concern, it can break the deal because they don't want it, you want to sell it. You want to keep it and they want to buy it. Property gets in the way. So you've had price, you've had pensions, you've had people, you've had property. So when you start to look at your pre-planning, when you start to look at making sure that everything's happening in the right way, then guess what? The biggest, and this is 4.5, but the 0.5 is the biggest part of the overall thing, is procrastination. P, taking too stinking long. The P's, the popping, the procrastination. Joel, the guy that does the overall backgrounds for this and to make sure that my sounds are right, is going to say, you know what, BD? You were doing too many P's today. Too much popping. You were too close to the microphone. But guess what? Procrastination, making sure that the thing takes so long, is the biggest killer of the deal. It's the 0.5, but it is that minute detail and the dragging it out that breaks the deal. Because guess what? One side gets upset because they don't have the money in the bank. They can't fill their magic drawer. That drawer that if it's open every morning will have a paycheck in it that says, you know what, BD? You can go out and live the life that you want to live because you sold your blood, sweat, and tears. Your business is your blood, sweat, and tears. It's your knowledge. It's everything else that's been out there. It's part of your 6 levers, your 6 levers of your grow, sell, and retire business so that you can make sure that you've gone from reactive to proactive to intentional. And they're going to come in and they're going to say, you know what? I'll pay you this price. I think it's worth more than that. Oh, guess what? It's worth less than that because you got a pension that's in the way. Oh, guess what? Your key salesperson's leaving, or your head of operations is leaving, or you are the main person in the business and you're leaving and we can't afford you. So people get in the way. And then guess what? We don't want to be in this property, so we're out of here. So then they start to stall. And guess what? Sometimes, just sometimes, the other side's lawyers, solicitors, are paid by the hour. And if they're paid by the hour, guess what? Lots of emails go back and forth. There's lots of point scoring. So there's another P, but point scoring is, oh, I'm going to win this for you, but it's going to cost us this. It's going to win this for you, but it's going to cost us this. So when you start to go into these processes, and make sure that you are selling your business, be ready for a little bit of a battle. Typically, it takes anywhere from 12 months to 3 years to sell a business of a decent size. And this is, I'm talking about small to medium-sized enterprises. I'm not talking about PLCs and big, huge companies, because those take a long time to do all sorts of things like due diligence and making sure that everything comes in place. But overall, when you look at it, due diligence, you got to do your own pre-due diligence. And I can give you one little secret ahead of time because I've given you 4.5 now. If you want to sell your business, pretend like you are going to buy your business. So pretend like you're coming in and asking, oh, hey, where are your client lists? Here's one of this. So guess what? I'm going to have another podcast that's all about due diligence, making sure that when you grow, sell, and retire, that your business is ready to be sold. Because if it's not, then you're not going to get your price. If your pensions get in the way, you're definitely not going to get your price. If your people aren't sorted out and you don't have the right contracts in place, then guess what? You're going to have a hard time selling for the price that you want to. And if your property's in the way, guess what? Everything's going to get procrastinated. It's going to slow down. So get your P's in line. And guess what? My sister Brianna, she does not like P's at all. She actually hates them. But these are the P's that are going to change your life. It's going to fill your magic drawer. So this has been BD Dalton from the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast, giving you the 4.5 things that are going to make it so that you can sell your business for more. If you want to learn more about selling your business, if you want to learn more about selling more, marketing better, networking more, make sure you're reading my books. You're going on the website and downloading some of the free content. Make sure you get myself out to speak to your group. I love working with people, and guess what? My favorite thing is I like to focus on getting 3 for 1. So if you pay me £2,000 to speak to your people, I want you to be earning anywhere from £6,000 to £10,000, $10,000 right off the back of it. I'm a huge person, and I say this, not huge person, but I've been working out, but ROI. And ROI, do you know what that is? In French, it means king. And guess what? ROI is king in my world too, which is return on investment. I want to make sure that if you're investing in me, you're getting that return 3-fold at least. So this is BD Dalton from the Grow, Sell, and Retire podcast. Make sure you listen, you like, and you subscribe. And guess what? Share it with your friends, because I want to make sure that I'm making it so that you are getting to your next level. BD Dalton here, over and out. Make it a great day.
Thanks for joining us on Grow, Sell, and Retire. For more information, tools, or to book one of our team members to work with your team, business, or to speak at your event or conference, visit bartdaltonconsulting.com or email contact@bartdaltonconsulting.com. Buy the book True Gravity on Amazon. If you want to work for the rest of your life, that is your business. If you don't, that is ours.